Hello, ladies and gentle ladies. Welcome back to another Industria development stream. Today, we're going to be continuing working on the conveyors, and we are nearing a finish with those, but we still have a little bit to go. So yeah, I've just quickly loaded up the game here. We're just going to go through what we went over last time. I think that's a good place to start. Yeah, so last time we were working on the filter conveyors, which are these. And these are pretty much done. I mean, I do want to obviously come back to them at some point and maybe touch up some certain things, but I think for the most part, they're done. Now, what I've been doing in between... Oh no, last time... No, my bad, guys. Last time, actually, we were working on the magnetic conveyors. And I've worked on those a bit more since as well. So you can see these work thanks to the help of Basti, who I managed to kidnap. So we worked on those. And also, in between streams, I have started work on the drop chute conveyor, which basically will allow you to drop items into a conveyor. So if we do this real quick, this basically should work. So let's find out if we do that. Nice, we can see that works. So obviously the model here needs some work. That's needless to say, because Codex just generated this model, so obviously not a good model. But that's kind of first thing we're going to do today, just fix this model, and then we're going to move on to the next conveyor, which I think we'll probably just do the detector conveyor. It should be very trivial, but we'll see about that. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So step 1, let's open block bench and let's get that drop chute conveyor open and figure it out. So okay, here we go. Resources, assets, Industria, models, block. Okay, so here is the drop chute conveyor. So all it's done, basically all Codex did is it's just put this model on top of the normal conveyor. I think. Oh, I see. It just hasn't made a hole like in this bottom plate. I see. Okay. In that case, we can probably just get Codex to fix that. I figured it wouldn't have made a hole in any of it, but okay, interesting. So like this doesn't need to exist. That cube just doesn't need to exist. Yeah, so basically the issue is that bottom part, and also these parts really need to be like down here, right? And also another thing is like that should really be there, so we can bring that in like that. This one should be there, so we can like bring that one. I think I've actually just done that the wrong way around. Have I done that the wrong way around? I'm actually not even sure. I think it's fine. So that's just that. That's fine. This also isn't going to work. So like that needs to come back, and then just be like to there. Do the same here as well. Just bring that one down. Okay, and then we just need to make these longer. So that needs to come like one up. One up. So then we go 1, 1. And if we come to here as well, then we can just do 1, 1. And that's basically it. We don't need to worry about the other sides or anything because they're not even visible anyways. So that's fine. Yeah, and then the next part is just this base plate here. Obviously needs to be fixed, but possibly Codex can do that. So rather than having to attempt to do that ourselves, we're going to see if we can get Codex to do it. May work, may not. I actually think it will though. Just gotta wait a second for it to boot up. Okay. Can you fix the drop chute conveyor? There needs to be a hole in the bottom in the base of the conveyor so that the direct chute currently base is one large 16 by 16 piece. And then it'll know exactly like what piece it needs to look for. Okay, let's see if we can do that. And then, yeah, as I say, once we do the dropchute conveyor, I think the plan is going to be to do detector conveyors. So basically the detector conveyor, by the way, will emit a redstone signal after a certain number of items have passed. Okay, I'm just looking for... I have a whole friggin' thing on ChatGPT for all the different conveyors. Where I just brainstormed each one of them with it. I'm trying to find... I have way too many conversations with ChatGPT. Can't find it, bro. I didn't think it was this long ago, but I think it might be because I cannot find it whatsoever. Ah, found it. Yeah, okay, I found it. So I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, actually, see what I put on here for that one is that it will emit a redstone signal when a certain item passes through. I don't know. Oh, do I have? Oh, I already have a counting conveyor. I see. Okay, that's why I decided to do it that way. Okay, that's fine. We can do certain items. Just see if we can figure out what it's done here. It's added 3 cubes. It might work. I'm actually not sure. That didn't display confidence in me. So let's see. Just have to wait because it might not be done yet. Oh, it's reading the anchor positions. But that's fine because that already works, right? Or at least I assume it does. I actually haven't tested it, right? So let's give it a run. See if our model works. And then I think I need to commit. I'm not sure where I am on Git right now. Yeah, so I haven't committed any of the drop shoot stuff yet. Okay, so if we just go into here. Okay, now if I just put like... Oh, well, first of all, has this worked? Yes, it has. And if I just quickly go down here... Okay, it hasn't got the texture positions right. I'm going to try and tell it the texture positions for the bottom plate seem to be incorrect. They need to be rotated 180. Okay. But apart from that, that's worked. Now let's see if we can actually see the items go like through or not. They should just go down the hole. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not perfect, but like they kind of jump down. But it works. I mean, what if I put like bread? You know, the best way to do this actually is to grab a magnetic conveyor and just drop some bread on the floor. Okay, that does happen sometimes. Yeah, that has flinged them. But either way, I think it's fine. They're going down fine. I mean, it's a little bit odd. Oh, I see. They're not going into this conveyor because I assume the double chest is full. Yeah, so if I just took like a stacked out there. Okay, what the hell is this done? Okay, I don't quite know what happened there. But interesting. Okay. Okay, it reckons it's gone ahead and fixed that model. So let's just see quickly about reloading. And I will just rebuild. And then once IntelliJ's rebuilt that, then we can go ahead and see if that's fixed. It should be, I think. Okay, I think that's done. So if I F3 and T... I mean, as I have said many times, this isn't that important. Because, yeah, that's not quite right. Because I think it is right, but I think these middle two pieces are wrong. As I say, it doesn't really matter because it's the kind of thing that we're going to come back and remodel all of these and retexture them all someday anyways. Or maybe not remodel. Well, no, I probably will remodel them as well. Because, like, yeah, you can see this is not ideal, right? So that is something I'm probably going to do at some point. But for now, I think it's fine. We just want something functionally working, right? So I'm just quickly gonna commit all of this to GitHub. Okay, commit. Okay, that is pushed to GitHub. So let's go ahead and do the detector conveyor. Now, effectively, it's going to be identical to the filter conveyor. Kind of. Very similar. So, what we can do... I mean, first of all, we need to decide how it's going to work, right? Because obviously each conveyor can have multiple items on it. You know, I'm going to ask Big Grand ChatGPT. It's something I probably should have figured out beforehand. How should the detector conveyor work? Conveyors can hold multiple items at a time, so when should it emit the redstone signal? When it enters, when it leaves, or the whole time it's on the conveyor. Okay, it reckons to do like a continuous signal. So the entire time the item is on the conveyor, we emit a redstone pulse. I agree that that is probably the best way to do things. The other thing maybe we could do in the future, I don't think we'll do it today, but we could in the future support like a pulse mode. So you could switch it to pulse mode and you can choose entry pulse or exit pulse, right? So meaning it would pulse when it enters or when it exits the conveyor. That could work. But I think for now we'll stick with the continuous and we'll go from there. So, okay. What we can do... Well, first of all, we need to go ahead and register, right? What I'm going to do, since I already have Codex spun up here, I'm just going to get it to register the shenanigans for us. To save us the time of doing all the boilerplate stuff. So, can you register a detector conveyor block? Only register the block and write the data gen. Do not write any functionality. We'll just tell it that. Okay. We'll give it a second because it will probably try and create the block class itself. Now, once again, I think with this conveyor, I'm not going to support, like, turns, and I'm not going to support up and down. We'll just have straight, because otherwise it just gets too complicated. So, I think that's fine. Yeah, it's going to make a class, so we don't want to actually do that ourselves. Okay, whilst that's doing that, we need to figure out, like, how do we actually emit this signal, right? Now, I admittedly have never done anything with redstone before. So I don't know how you say the block is emitting a redstone signal. I don't know if... I mean, I assume it doesn't tick, right? Because something like redstone wire ticking would be terrible. So I don't know how it does that. Presumably, there's just a method in the block class that you override, maybe, and other blocks call that method, would be my best guess. But obviously once it's created the block class, we can figure that out. We can't really do that until it's actually made the class, of course. Now this is going to take a while because what Codex does now is it tries to do all the changes in like one edit. So you see here it's edited multiple files. So let's just go through and have a look at this. Just make sure it hasn't done anything crazy. Okay, see, this is trying to do up, down, left, right. I mean, we could do that, but the problem is a lot of the other conveyors don't do that. So I am a little bit hesitant. I don't want this conveyor to have up, down, or turns. No, wait. I always do this. I accidentally type do instead of don't, and like would instead of wouldn't. I don't know how I managed this. I don't want this conveyor to have up, down, or turns. There you go. Did it actually create the block class? Because I admittedly didn't see that. It's not going to be in there though, is it? It's going to be in conveyor block import. It did. I somehow missed that part. Not sure how, but okay. See, this is just extend basic conveyor block, but obviously that's not going to work. It's extend drop shoot conveyor. No. Why have you done that? Why are you extending drop shoot conveyor? Don't do that. And what we should do is we should have a base class for all the conveyors. Like currently we have base conveyor block, but like basically all the conveyors still have to have this use item on. They have to have the get state for placement, the on place, the neighbor change, the update shape, the tick. You know, it has to have all of these methods in all of them anyways. So at some point I should create some kind of like I don't know, normal conveyor block or something. And then they just all extend that. But for now, this is fine. All right, what is it doing right now? Is it? Oh, it's running data gen. Interesting. Okay. I think that's fine. I think it can do that. It's obviously going to take a while though. Okay. Whilst we're waiting. Let's look to see if there's like a redstone. No, is there like a signal? So we have get out analog output signal, get direct signal, get signal. Interesting. Okay, what's a good thing to look at here? As like as a good reference. I have a feeling redstone wire will be too complicated, but we can have a look. We don't want to open that one. There you go. It's probably too complicated, but I guess we can try. So, don't care about this. Update shape. Update indirect neighbor shapes. Update power strength on place. Neighbor changed. Get signal, get direct signal. Okay. Should signal. What the hell is that for? Okay, whatever. Also, why is it red stone? Is that a typo? That's a typo, right? It's not red space stone in the game, is it? It's just redstone. That must be a typo. I think we just want to override get signal. I don't think get direct signal is necessary here. Is signal source? Oh, we do want that as well. So that would just return true. This is just for particles, but obviously we don't care about particles. Okay, so we want get signal and is signal source. So that's pretty simple. Hello wide, welcome. What the fuck is it doing? What? Don't manually write JSON files. There we go. Yeah, things are coming along wide. We are working on the detector conveyor today. But yeah, Codex is just being a bit retarded right now, so here we are. Did it just it just terminated data gen, right? Yeah, it was running data gen and then it just terminated it. Nice. Nice, guys. This is great. Okay, come on. I don't know why it's going so slow today. It usually doesn't take this long. I think this is going to be the limit of what we're going to use Codex for today, because it's taking so long. I don't know why it's taking so long today. Like, we genuinely could have done it at this rate. So, it's not worth doing. So, we'll just accept that. Presumably, that's made the right changes. We should probably check, though. We come in here. I just have to wait for IntelliJ to decide, hey, I want to refresh the file. Hello, IntelliJ. Oh my god. Wait, it failed to apply the patch? My god. How did it fail to apply the patch? This file has not changed. Oh god. Has it done it? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a minute, guys. It's still it's still doing shit. This is crazy. All it needed to do was copy the friggin' drop shoot conveyor instead of extending it. That is it. That's all it had to do. And here we are. Okay. Finally, we are done. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay. Now that's done. Now we can override our method. So we can say is signal source and return true. And then we can do get signal. And basically this. So yeah, if it's not empty, then it's saying 15. Obviously that's not really what we want. Get storage at. That takes in a level. Shit. Because this is the block getter. I'm just trying to figure out, like, does this actually need just a level? So this does get item limit. I think this can just be a block getter. And I think we can make this. Like, if I undo that, and then I do refactor, change signature, level to block getter, refactor. Okay, and then we can make this refactor, change signature, swap out the level for a block getter. Okay. So now that works. Now question, does that compile though? Has that actually caused us any problems? I wouldn't think so. Oh, yeah, it hasn't. Okay, good. Lovely. I'm going to cancel codex because it's just going haywire at this point. Not helping us. So here we're hard coding 15. Now, 15 is something we could certainly do. Yeah, the only thing is I don't know when get signal is called. Like when is this method actually called here? Okay, and where are you called? Signal getter. Okay, and where is that called? Has signal, which is called has neighbor signal. Okay. I mean, that should work then, right? I think so. Yeah, so that basically means that if an item is on the conveyor, then it will just emit a signal. Now, that's obviously not what we want. So we want to have a block entity in this case. And effectively, first of all, let's get at that. But effectively, what the block entity will do is it'll be just a copy of the filter. Now, the problem with that is we do have a bunch of packets for all of these shenanigans. So ideally we kind of duplicate this class and the filter screen handler and the screen itself for the detector conveyor. I said we weren't going to use codex. I am going to use codex for that, because I don't want to have to duplicate all the payloads, all the registries of the payloads. Actually, we wouldn't have to duplicate the payloads, because we could just modify the payloads so that it looks for either the filter conveyor or the detector conveyor. But I don't want to duplicate the screen handler or the screen glass or the block entity type or the block. There's still a lot of things. So I am gonna still see if I can get it. Can you duplicate the filter conveyor block entity screen and screen handler for the detector conveyor? It will be pretty much identical. Okay. And then what that will mean is that we can then filter it, and then we can have this say, like if, well, this first of all. So first of all, if that is empty, then just return 0, right? But otherwise, what we can do is we can get the block entity is instance of our detector conveyor block entity. Then what we can do is we can return block entity dot what was the method that allows us to does match filter? Well, we can have like a, yeah, we can just do does match filter storage at dot get item storage or something, right? Then 15 or 0, and else just return 0. Right. That will effectively do what we want. Okay. I was about to run the data gem, but we actually can't do that. Oh, it has also actually brought up a really good point that Codex forgot to do, and that is add in here block init dot detector conveyor, like that. Not strictly necessary to do that, I don't believe, but I think it's better if we do. Okay, here you guys can watch. And then we sit and wait. So what's it doing? Okay. So add those. Update the block. Sure, yeah. And included that in item storage. Well, I've already done that and it's going to realize that, but okay. It might actually fail the first patch, I reckon. Let's turn some lights on. There we go. Okay. Now we wait a couple hours. I suppose it has to write a lot of files right now, doesn't it? You know, I don't like that it tries to write multiple files at once. I'd much prefer it just did them individually. I mean, I kind of understand why it doesn't, because presumably it saves on their costs, I guess. Or does it though? I don't know that it necessarily does. But maybe. I wonder if there's a way to turn that off. Can I don't think I can view the experiments whilst it's running. Yeah. Let me have a look actually. Codecs, turn off multiple files. Yeah. Don't think so. Doesn't seem to be a thing. Oh, yep, and as I suspected, it was obviously gonna fail the first patch. What a surprise. What a surprise. And this wouldn't have happened if it just tried to do each edit once at a time. One at a time. But no, here we are. Experimental allows you to go through the experimental settings. So like you can toggle some things in there. I don't remember what's in there. I mean, a lot of them I think are very niche. But sometimes there are useful ones in there. My god, it's taking forever today. I don't have time for this, man. This is crazy. It's at the point where once again I could have done it myself, probably at this point. Like, it does not take 5 minutes to copy some files, guys. Has it done it? It has. Kind of. Not quite, apparently, because it hasn't added it in here. Oh, no. Plus, it doesn't like this. So this needs to take in a storage of item variant. Item storage. And then what we can do is do item storage, got non-empty iterator. Can you I guess we can do the non-empty views, right? View dot get resource dot to stack, and then basically copy this and just continue, and if tag filtering, and then it just continues, right? Am I doing that right? Maybe not, actually. Maybe this isn't the best way to do it. On second thought. Maybe it is better to just run it through all the stacks, like in the actual block entity itself. Why isn't it like this? Because it hasn't copied the comments across. Here you go. Any match. Yeah, that's probably better, actually, than what I was gonna do. So, okay, there you go. It's added the block entity type as well. Okay. Okay, it's added the menu screen. I might as well add this. There isn't much point though, really, adding, I don't think, because I think when I commit it, it adds them all anyways. But nope. Okay, now it has registered new payloads for each one, so I am gonna tell it, rather than having duplicate payloads for the filter conveyor and detector conveyor, can you make them shared? Okay, no, we don't do that. But I don't get why AI is so, like, incapable of understanding the existence of data gen. Like, it can literally see its inner generated friggin' folder, and yet it just wants to write to it anyways. Like, what? It's so stupid. Probably shouldn't have asked this to do it, because once again, it's going to take forever. But now, well, a bit too late. I've already started it now. Now I am going to copy the comments I have here, because these warnings otherwise are going to really get on my nerves. So I'm going to take them, plonk them there. Okay, it's created a conveyor filter access. Interesting. Has it added that in here? It has, interesting. Well, I might as well add those at overrides then. So otherwise that's going to drive me insane. Okay, overview. Okay, and then that needs to also do that in here, I'm guessing, as well. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think it's done it? Question mark? Here we go, network. Okay, it's once again trying to modify the the lang, to no one's surprise. Conveyor, here we go. Okay, it has just still called them filter conveyor. Can you rename the payload to not be filter conveyor, as they are not just used for the filter conveyor? Also, stop trying to write to the generated outputs. Use data gen. There you go. Hey, see, there you go. That wasn't so hard, eh? Bloody thing, man. Just trying to fix my light so it's not blinding me. Oh, not like that. That's okay. I mean, once it's done this, that should basically be it. Like, this isn't a complex conveyor. Let's try and figure out what we're going to do after this one, because I don't think they're all going to be quite as simple as this one, unfortunately. So once we've done this one, that's all of what ChatGPT considers to be the MVP conveyors. So basically all the ones that like we need as like a minimum. I'm just going to trust that that's probably done that correct. And then in what it's calling wave 2, we've done magnetic conveyor and we've done side injector conveyor. The other 3 in there are priority, counting, and alternator. So alternator, pretty simple. It just alternates direction based on a redstone signal. Counting conveyor will like emit a redstone signal after a certain number of items have passed through. And then priority, I don't remember what priority does. Let's have a look. See if I can find it. Priority, here we go. So output A first, fallbacks to B. Oh, right. Okay. So this is if you want items to go one way unless it's full, basically. Well, yeah, basically items should go one way unless they can't go that way, is how that one should work. But that doesn't really make sense because they kind of already do that. That's kind of what the splitter conveyors already... Well, I suppose not really, actually. Because it does actually try and split them naturally, doesn't it? And at some point, I also maybe want to add like a three-way splitter as well. I'm not sure, but that might be nice. And likewise, maybe a three-way merger as well. But for now, I think it's fine. So priority, yeah, so priority, alternator, and counting are the next major ones that we want to look at doing. And then kind of the only other ones that we have beyond this, so we have wall conveyors, which I don't know if I'm going to do or not. Probably not, to be honest. We have ceiling conveyors, which once again I'm probably not gonna do. We have delayed conveyors. I don't remember how those work. I think they send items after a delay. I think they stop and then they can send them after a delay. We have the mob conveyor, and then we have the ejector. Ejector will definitely be the last one we do, but mob conveyor is also going to be very tricky. So, and then after that, that's all the conveyors done, or at least all the ones I have planned. Maybe later we come back and do other ones if anyone has any good ideas for any, but otherwise that will be it for conveyors, at which point we can move on. Like, after conveyors, I don't really know what we're going to do, but probably continue working on the arc furnace, I think, because that is the last thing we worked on before we started getting distracted with, like, multi-block stuff and GUI stuff and all of that. It was the arc furnace, so that's probably the best way to go after conveyors. But okay, let's run this and see what happens. I will just let you guys know, today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Purely just because I am very tired. I don't know why, but I am. So, it will be a slightly shorter stream today. I don't know how much shorter. I haven't obviously decided that yet. Okay. Yeah, so obviously we don't have a model for this conveyor. That's prismarine. That's interesting. I still don't know why it does this. It's got to be something to do with it being a multi-part block, I think. But anyways, like that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Because I think we can still see the direction, right? Yeah. Okay, good. And that does actually. Yeah, okay, good. Best way to do this, I suppose, would be to have some conveyors that take the items back round to this chest, maybe. Yeah, let's do that, I think. So if we do like this. Okay, why is that not working? Oh, I think. Oh, right, because I don't think it will stare up like that. So like, okay, what? Why is this not working all of a sudden? I haven't changed anything, have I? What? Why is it doing this? Okay, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to come back and have a look at that. I don't know why it's doing that. What? What is it doing? Bro, this has been working for ages. Very suspicious, I tell you. Okay, more importantly, let's put in a detector conveyor here. What is it doing? Hello? It crashed. What? What is happening? Get signal. Network manager, get network manager. Client level. Oh. Or level dot. Oh, we can't. Is instance of client level? Can we do that though? I don't know that we can do that. So wait, what? Why is that not a thing? There was instance of level and let's do this. Let's call that real level, and real level is client side. And if we just plonk this in some brackets, but that's not what's causing our problem, right? They can choose a cast class exception. What? No. I think it's fine. I don't know what it's on about. I mean, I could do actually not instance of real level. Or real level dot is client side. That's actually probably the best way to do that. That would be better. Yeah. And then we're gonna have to figure out what the hell is happening with normal conveyors. Let me open GitHub Desktop real quick and make sure, like, Codex hasn't changed anything. don't think it has, but... Okay, so obviously all the conveyors have been edited. Because I changed the thing with the level to the block getter, but that's not obviously going to cause any problems. I don't know, nothing's changed. In the last commit, nothing changed. In the commit before that, nothing changed. Commit before that, nothing changed. So unless it's been broken the whole time and I just haven't noticed. I mean, it's not impossible that that would have happened. I mean, I thought they were all working, so I don't know why that's changed, but... Okay, like, I can't even I can't even place this here. Like, well, like, why? Why does it not think... I don't understand why it doesn't think that can go there. Let's have a look at this real quick. But it's not doing that for normal conveyors, right? Like, if I do that, it doesn't do that. So why does it do... What? It has to be something to do with the model, right? Right? It must be to do with the model, because this is a full block. Or at least it thinks it's a full block. That has to be it, because I don't see... I have no idea why else it would be doing this all of a sudden. So, let's give it a model, and see what happens with that. That is literally the only thing I can try. So... we just have to find that real quick. Let's do a block / detector. Oh, okay. Detector _ conveyor. Oh, it says it's just set to... Wait, what? Register detector conveyor. Wait, why is this here? This shouldn't be here, right? Maybe it should. See, this is just set to block / conveyor. Let me try, let's try reload the game real quick. Or reload the assets. That's the model ID though, right? Did I run datagen actually? I don't know if I ever ran datagen after... Because I know I ran it once, but it might have changed some things after that. But I don't see why this would make the conveyor think it has to go up all of a sudden, though. Like, even if that is the case... Does it say what it edited, by the way? Doesn't it usually tell you that? Well, it doesn't say anything. Let me just quickly do a reload from the disk and let me do a build. Yeah, so that's reloaded. So if I come back in here, F3 and T. Surely that doesn't make a difference. What is happening? Hello? Wait, why doesn't this conveyor have an arrow? Where's the arrow for this conveyor? Wait. Okay, now it has one. But why is it still doing that? What the fuck? I'm genuinely so confused. Failed to recreate conveyor network. Interesting. Recreated is equal recreate network at. Can we hop it in? Yeah, we are in debug mode. Okay, let's try and figure out why. So, wait, no, wait, not there. Actually, I think we want to do it on this one. So I know why. I know why. I know what it hasn't done. It hasn't put it in the block tag. It has, actually. I thought that was why. Because that is what determines this, right? Yeah. Maybe... But is it actually in there, or... Industria, tags, block, conveyors. It is, but maybe Minecraft didn't reload the tag. Right? If I had done /reload, that might have fixed it. Hello Frosty, welcome to the stream. It is not Fanta or Audi Fanta, no. Okay, let's see if this fixes it. This must fix it. I think it just didn't add it to the tag. So if I go F6, because that would be useful. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay. Now it's working. I was gonna say, like, it must have worked because I would have known if it didn't. I have to place it this way around, right? Yeah. Oh shit. I forgot it does instantly just start spewing out items if I do that. Okay. Hello? Wait, why is that not working? Wait, is it working? Wait, why can't I see items on this conveyor? Oh, wait, this is a detector conveyor. Ah, I didn't realize that was a detector conveyor. Wait, have I been placing down detector conveyors this entire time? I have. Oh, dear. Why on earth have I been doing that? That's why it hasn't been working properly, because I've been trying to make corner conveyors out of detector conveyors. Wait. That still hasn't worked. Why hasn't that worked? Okay. Corners are still a little bit broken, I think. But regardless, I still think that is probably partially, or if not mostly, the actual issue here. Yeah, there you go. Because now that works. Okay. Okay, so if I put a feeder here, let's quickly go ahead and configure our detector conveyor. So let's just do... I don't know. Let's get some redstone. Right. And let's just add a redstone lamp or something, right? Okay, let's come in here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. And I don't know, what do we have a fair amount of in here? Let's do diamond shovel. Okay. Like that. I'm gonna put one more in here as well. Why not? Okay, and then I'm gonna connect this, and hopefully we should get this lit up only when diamond shovels go through that conveyor. Let's see. It's gonna take a minute, of course, because obviously all these items have to go around. But we will see. Okay, that is one thing to note. This conveyor doesn't have any anchor positions registered for it, but that's obviously not really a problem. What is this set to do? Oh, it doesn't have anything in it. Let's just put that in there. Okay. Hopefully, once it gets to the diamond shovels, which I think we're almost at. Oh, that's a problem. Right, because that's just infinitely going to loop diamonds. Okay. We'll just get rid of the feeder for now. Or actually, you know what we'll do? We'll put another chest here. Oh, right, we can't. Well, we can. We just have to make this a hatch. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so if we make that a hatch, then everything will go in there. Okay. And hopefully... Okay, let's maybe take some of these out. Because otherwise it's going to take a really long time. Maybe we should also get rid of the the stair conveyor, because it's really slow. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. There, okay. Now the whole thing will go faster. Okay, so here's our shovels, guys. Let's see if our redstone lamp lights up. Fingers crossed. Okay, so they should be about to come through. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Right. Okay. Interesting. Now, why is the question. Okay, you know what? To simplify our debugging process, let's just do this. So let's create a feeder conveyor. Maybe we should do these ones first. Make this a hatch conveyor. That's broken this one. Yay. Oh, great. Oh, no. Okay. I've definitely broken something to... Oh. Okay. I definitely broken something to do with the conveyors, because obviously this is not correct. Like, I don't know why. Like, why it's trying to do that. Okay, wait, now I've broken that. Right, so if I do that, and then do that, and then do... What? I don't understand. Like, how have I broken this? How and when have I broken this? This is a normal conveyor, right? Yeah, it is. So why can that not connect to that? Like, what? Like, I'm genuinely a little bit baffled of, like, how I've managed to do that. Okay, what if I do this, right? Okay, so that works. So then can I do that? Okay, then I can do that. Okay. So if I now do that, okay, that works. Right. I need to figure out why it does that. Because that is incredibly jarring. The only problem is, there's no way I can place a conveyor here without it breaking that. Like, I bet if I place... It actually didn't, funnily enough. Okay. So somehow that didn't break it. I don't know how that didn't break it. But okay, if I now feed through... That should bring them back round. And maybe we'll see if blacklist mode fixes it. The other thing we can try is that, of course. And just see if that works. This is the right conveyor, right? Yeah, it is. No. So, oh. Interesting. It must be a tick-based thing, right? Like, what happens if I do this? I see. Yeah, like, it must be some kind of, like, tick-based shenanigans. Also, these are really jittery. Why are they so jittery right now? Bit weird. Maybe this is causing it to lag. Maybe. But this is constantly on and off, so it can't be some kind of like, oh, it caches it or something, right? I'm curious to see what happens when it gets to the shovels. Like, is it just going to fully turn off when it gets to the shovels or not? I guess it won't, right? Because there's always going to be items on there. Why did they stop? What the fuck? What is happening, guys? Huh? I'm so confused. This is just a normal conveyor, right? Yeah, it is. What if I put a normal conveyor next to it? No? I want to know if anything's on the conveyor. I mean, it can't be, right? Let's register some anchor providers and figure it out from there, I think. So we do anchor provider init and do register anchor provider block init dot what's it called? I've already forgotten. I can't even like detect a conveyor. That's it. Okay, let's run that and see what happens. If I didn't mess that up, of course. I suspect that won't compile, but we'll see. It did. Let's see. Okay. Okay, it definitely like makes them lag. I reckon what must be happening is... Yeah, I reckon this is making it lag. I reckon this is hella making it lag. Because maybe what's happening is this get signal method is being called every tick by both neighbors, or by probably all its neighbors, right? By all sides. So it's going to have up, down, left, right, or up, down, north, west, south, east. They're all going to be checking this. And I bet that's why these two, you can see, are slower. And like you see when it gets to here, they start speeding up again. I reckon that's exactly what's happening. It must just be causing so much... Why would it lag them, though? That doesn't really make sense, though. Because the thing is, each individual conveyor doesn't tick, right? So why would it do that? You know what I should check? Is the speed any different? No. Oh, item limit's 3 though. Is that correct? That's not correct, right? It should be 5? I think it should be 5. Obviously, we're not going to be able to test that. I mean, maybe if I reload into the world, we might be able to test that. Still nothing's happening though. Yeah, that's not what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to send them at the friggin' same time. Because I think it happened when there were 2 on there at the same time. But now we can't test that. Because I guess there's just like too many items on the conveyors or something. I don't really know how. Because there clearly wasn't before. But there somehow obviously is. I don't really know how. But I'm just going to empty out this conveyor for a minute. Or this chest for a minute. Okay. So I'm going to take the shovel. I'm going to put that back in. But the rest I'm just going to clear it out. Let me break this conveyor for a minute. Oh, the items are just... Okay, they're going all the way over there. That I don't think that's too far. Okay. Okay. That should be enough, I think. Okay, I just want to take out some of the shovels. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but... But that was 2 that went through there. So I don't know, that can't be the issue. I mean, I can try, like, send, like, 4 shovels through, right? Nothing happens, so I don't know. I mean, maybe try... Yeah, I'm going to try this here. And see what happens, I guess. So we've got to wait for them to come back round again, of course. And maybe... Oh, I just did something with the stream. Don't know what I did. Okay. Okay, I almost missed it then. Let's just see. Wait, but that's not going off at all now, is it? Even though it's on blacklist mode. It's just not doing anything anymore. Let's see if it does now. What the fuck is happening? It's obviously, it's got to be something to do with that get signal method. But I don't know, guys. I mean, that's exactly what Like, maybe get direct signal needs to be overridden? Let's look at redstone wire again real quick. So, like, get direct signal. What does the super do? If we go to super method, it returns 0. Interesting. That could be it, then. Get direct signal. Return get signal. I don't know what that's going to do, but we're about to find out. Looks like nothing. How is this one still on? And now it just doesn't respond to the other ones. So, like, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna have to learn about redstone things, I think. What about, like, the observer? This one. Start signal. Interesting. So this calls neighbor change. Yeah. I think it has to do with block updates. Like, I reckon if I did this, yeah. So that resets that, but I bet that doesn't reset this. I mean, let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't. But if I place a block here that updates this block, which I bet then updates this block. That's what's happening. I'm certain of it. That's what's happening. So it reaches that one, and boom, it's cached that state. As for why these stop, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's causing that to happen. And why they start again when it's powered. I genuinely... I mean, I don't even have, like, I don't know. I can't even think of, like, a possibility of why that's happening. I don't even have a theory. Because that just doesn't make sense. Like, that's not handled by the detector conveyor. So why is the detector... You know, the conveyors don't touch that logic, like, even remotely. So I don't know why it's doing that. It must be something to do with how Minecraft is, like, ticking. Like, maybe... I don't know. Like, why would the items here not move forward? What check is stopping that from happening? Right? I guess we can try and find out, but it's going to be really hard to debug because obviously there's a lot of items on the conveyors, right? I mean, okay, what happens if I do this? Wait, so is it something to do with when the chunk gets updated, not the block itself? Maybe... No, that doesn't make sense. I was going to say maybe, like, the chunk isn't ticking, but that doesn't matter because the conveyors aren't per chunk, they're per level. So that wouldn't matter. Like, even if a specific chunk stops ticking, the entire conveyor network will still tick, right? This entire conveyor network could not even be in my visible chunks, right? I could be friggin' miles away and it would still be ticking, I believe. Like, I don't think it would stop. I mean, we can test it, I guess. If I'm really far away, what happens? Right? Are those items still going around that conveyor? In theory, yes, I think. I would say yes, but bearing in mind these items are all the way over here, I reckon yes. I reckon they were. And in fact, the fact that we've actually lost some items tells me yes, they probably were. I reckon this tried to feed into the hopper, but the hopper didn't exist. I reckon that's what just happened, actually. Because obviously it wasn't loaded, right? So it feeded into a storage it knew was there, but it couldn't access? Which is obviously a bug. That's not good. Really hard to fix, though. I would have to check... Well, I guess I could just force load... I don't want to force load the chunk, but maybe... I don't know. I think what I would have to do is possibly split the conveyor network into chunks. Like, split the conveyor network itself. Maybe not into chunks, but into sections. And that way each section ticks. So each section of the network would tick. And that way I can check if a specific section is out of range of, you know, what chunks are ticking. That's, or what chunks are loaded, I should say. That's probably the best way to do it. Either way, guys, I am going to end the stream here. I did say I'm going to end early today, so now I think is a reasonable time because we're kind of at a point where we can't really fix any of these problems. Like, I don't know. Well, I now think I kind of have an idea about this problem, but as for how to fix that, I don't have a Scooby-Doo, so I will be in the Fabric Discord probably tomorrow trying to figure that out. And yeah, I need to split the conveyor network into sections, but that's going to take a long time. So, yeah, I am going to go ahead and end it here. We should have a railroad stream tomorrow, though I'm not going to promise anything, because I don't know what's going to happen with that. But in theory, that should be tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to end this one here. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next stream. Goodbye.